Good morning, Guardians. How are we doing today?
Good.
Fabulous. Well, it's that time of the week. It's Friday. This means only one thing. The Agent of the Nine is back. He's going to be peddling his wares. He's in the reef. He's with the Queen of the Reef, the Queef. Let's see. We've got this week, we have Red Death as our weapon. We have the Ram for Warlocks. We have Young Kara's Spine for Hunters. We have the Tyconaut for Titan. And Legacy engrams again. I'm very sorry, Guardians. It's that legacy time again. And ornaments-wise, we've got Shock Hazard for the Zalo Supercell. And we have Queen's Command. This is for Telesto, the exotic fusion rifle. Right then, we've got Red Death, a year one favourite, which sadly is not in its year one state in terms of how good it is. But it's, I mean, if you haven't got one, if you've never used a Red Death before and you've got plenty of strange coins to spare, then I'd recommend picking it up, because I have a feeling in my loins that this is going to get a buff at some point. At least I hope so anyway. We've got the old kinetic damage as always, because it's a primary, accurized ballistics, field choke, aggressive ballistics as well. We also have unflinching there. It's easier to aim under fire using this weapon. We have snapshot, high caliber rounds, single point sling, and Red Death. Each kill heals you and speeds up reload. So this does come in handy for both PvE and PvP. The only problem for player versus player is that this archetype of pulse rifle is not as strong as the other archetypes. You're going to have a much better bet with high stability, lower impact, and higher rate to fire pulse rifles such as Hawksaw and Grasps Malak, for example, Grasp My Malak, and the Clever Dragon. Those are all good examples of top tier pulse rifles at the moment. But if you've got strange coins to spare, then I definitely recommend picking that baby up, because it's pretty decent. The Ram for Warlock. This helmet is, it's interesting because the strength of the Ram, increased armor. All Voidwalker melees trigger lifesteal on hit. Now this increased armor applies to all of the Warlock subclasses. Okay, so any Warlock wearing this is going to tank an awful amount of damage. So it presents quite a lot of problems. So, however, if you're not too strong in PvP, for example, then this is a great exotic to try and help find your feet in the Crucible, definitely. So, but it does present a lot of problems to folks playing against Warlocks, because having this extra armor does create an awful amount of tricky situations. Warlocks will tank an awful lot of damage there. And if you've got any packet loss or any lag, then with the Ram you're going to be even more of a problem. But anyway, we've got increased discipline, increased strength. We also have inverse shadow, increased super energy gain from killing minions of the darkness, as well as second thoughts, gain bonus super energy from special weapons kills on onions of the darkness, as well as infusion replenishes health each time you pick up an orb of light. That's fabulous. Okay, moving on. Young Kara's Spine for Hunters. Now, these are specifically for the Gunsinger subclass. Field Trip, increased trip mine grenade duration, and gain an additional trip mine grenade charge. So that, yeah, you can throw a couple of trip mines and lay some traps for unsuspecting ads, as well as your PvP opponents. PvP opponents. Increased intellect, increased discipline. We've also got fastball, increased grenade throwing distance, which is very useful for a pair of gauntlets, as well as impact induction, grenade, bonus grenade energy on melee hits, auto rifle reloader, as well as the increased reload speed for fusion rifles. Now, yes, if you haven't got those, do recommend them. If you like playing Gunslinger, they are extremely useful exotic for having those double trip mines there. And Tyconaut for the Titan. Look at this, a nice bulbous helmet. The Tyconaut has air traffic control. All rocket launchers gain tracking. Radar remains visible while zooming with heavy weapons, and heavy ammo drops more often. So you get a triple whammy with this helmet, in all honesty. Now, I would say that it's more of a PvE helmet than PvP, to be honest. For PvE, it's quite strong. I mean, having rocket launcher tracking on pretty much any rocket launcher that you equip is very useful, yes. And the radar remaining visible while zooming in with heavy weapons is quite unique to this helmet as well. And of course, having heavy ammo drop more often. So this is definitely a PvE-centric helmet. So if you like your rocket launchers, then I definitely recommend picking this one up for your PvE encounters. Increased intellect, increased strength. We've also got Ashes to Asset, probably one of my favorite perks on a helmet. In all honesty, gain bonus super energy on grenade kills, as well as heavy lifting. Gain bonus super energy from heavy weapon kills on onions of the darkness. I always read minions as onions, I don't know why. Okay, innovation, bonus grenade energy on orb pickup as well. Okay, so that's the Taikonaut. Legacy engrams again. If you're chasing a chest piece from year 1, I don't know really why you'd be doing that. You can just buy 3 of coins to increase your chances at getting exotics by defeating ultras or just playing Crucible and burning one of these 3 of coins there. So I don't really know what the point is of legacy engrams anymore, but they're also extremely expensive, so maybe hold off. Glass needles are tremendously useful. If you pick up a piece of armor and you don't like certain perks, like for example this ram has a discipline and strength boosters, then you can re-roll them by visiting the Twist Fate, changes the saps and upgrades available on this armor, and it costs 250 glimmer, 10 armor materials and a single glass needle. But in order to purchase glass needles you need an exotic shard, 3 motes of light and 3 strange coins. But very useful if you're looking for building up certain subclass builds, intellect, discipline, strength, etc, etc. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is this week's Agent of the Nine. Not completely terrible, there's some fairly useful stuff there, so hopefully you'll be able to find something for your perusal that is taking your fancy. Anyway, it's time for me to depart, and until the next time folks, smoke as a kipper. We'll be back for breakfast.